We're at Gloucester Services.
We're here at Clevedon Marine Lake.
This site is called Oaktrow Wood.
Behind us is a really busy road, the A38.
We're looking here at Wimbleball Dam in the southwest.
We are at Dawlish, between Dawlish Warren and Dawlish Station.
It's brilliant to do something that is worthwhile, that you enjoy.
You see day in and day out the actual impact you're having on the place that you live.
We saw how many helicopters got rushed into A&E. I think everyone realised the importance of this.
To have been able to stand here on opening day was probably one of the best days of my career.
When you go and see a bridge being lifted or a big road being opened, that's amazing and everybody gets sort of all behind it. But very often people don't make the connection between that and civil engineers and how it's come about. And I think there's a lot more that could be done, a lot more engineers could do, but they need to come out of the shadows. They need to be out there saying this is what we do and this is why we do it.
The celebration of engineering is something we don't do very well as engineers. In the past we've always said, we'll just do this, and people will like it, I'm sure, and we won't publicise it very well. But actually, it's good really to celebrate some really good ideas, some good schemes, some good projects, and why not? And I think the public are starting to realise that things don't happen by themselves, and that engineering and civil engineering, especially, is actually a very attractive career for people.
I suppose when you look at a building, people don't necessarily realise the huge amount of work that's gone into it, behind the scenes, the underground work for the foundations, all this sort of thing, and then coordinating it to bring it together into an impressive and really quite attractive building at the end.
I think it's very important that you actually get to see these projects, because just looking at pictures and documentaries never actually explains what's going on with the site.
Here we are on Wimbleball Dam in the middle of Exmoor National Park, and looking around you wouldn't really know we've been here. But over 18 months of construction, we've pumped over 600 cubic metres of grout into the ground while protecting the river downstream and the fish farm and the public water supplies.
This project, Gloucester Services, what we tried to do is create something that's hidden on the outside but beautiful on the inside. It needs to be hidden on the outside because we're in a very sensitive landscape. It needs to be beautiful in the inside because we get 4 million visitors here every year, and we want to create something that feels natural, organic, and a really wonderful experience.
With the help of North Somerset Council, the Heritage Lottery Fund and our engineering friends, we've now got a marvellous asset backing.
This is a great project, they've done a great job on it, and it needs to be congratulated really on all the work they put into it.
We couldn't have done this without engineers. We're so far above the natural levels. We've got such a difficult site to work on. A lot of services underneath are so complicated. Engineers have been really important to us, and we couldn't have really worked or done this project without them.
It's my baby. I put so much time and effort and sweat and tears into getting through the design and project managing the construction.
I think sometimes the public don't see what we do because very often it's hidden behind maybe closures of lines and closures of roads, etc. But this situation, it was pretty visible what we did here. They saw the big hole in the wall, they saw the tracks dangling, and in essence engineers, they get on site rapidly to come up with a solution.
I work with engineers, I'm not an engineer, and I really like their enthusiasm for what they do. That's fantastic. And I think one of the things that's really come across today is actually how much that people have real enthusiasm for what they do. They live engineering. And it's about making people at the heart of what they do. So whatever it is, it's about making life easier or making life better or improving things. What a great job that is to do.
Well, we all love slides, don't we? Youngsters like sitting on the slide and going, well, the ground does that too. The ground, if it's slippery underneath, ground can slip away too. And if you imagine sliding down a slide and someone puts a big metal bar in front of you to stop you sliding down there and then anchors you back to the slide, well, that was our challenge here. We had to stop the road slipping down into the valley there.
Engineering is very creative because you're looking at what a problem really is, and then you're looking at several different solutions to that problem, and then you're looking at each of those solutions. How can you make it the best solution? How can it fit in best with its community? How can it be the best value for public money? I first started on this job, this project, in 2007 when I just had one of my daughters. Between then and 2014, when it next flooded, I had 2 further children.
When you stand back and look at what you've achieved and what you leave kind of legacy on, especially someone that works for a local authority, the impact we've had on the schemes across Devon, where it be a scheme of this size or even some of the smaller cycle routes that are connecting communities up and giving people opportunity for leisure and health benefits. It's great.
We expected this to be important to the local community, but I think we've been blown away by how popular it's been, how many people use it and what difference it's made to people.
I became a civil engineer because I really enjoyed maths and physics, and I had a strong creative side, and I found that civil engineering really had fulfilled all those elements. And also I love being outside. I spent a lot of my childhood outside, and I just felt I do not want to sit in an office, and civil engineering really brought that together for me.
The techniques we used here are techniques that we do sort of day in, day out really, with the rope access and drilling and concrete work and grouting, stainless steel strapping, and that kind of stuff is pretty normal conventional technique. But it was the environment changes everything.
I think we should win the award because the scheme moves the industry forward. It's changing the way we do things. It's recognising the environment around what we're doing and not just intervening with plain tarmac.
It's quite easy to get emotional about projects. Some people are really passionate about what they've done, and rightly so.
I'm looking for creativity. I'm looking for some innovation.
Winning project for me would be one that actually has a bit of a wow factor, that really delivers for the community.
I think we've surpassed ourselves in this project because we've taken bits of old historical work, we've used modern engineering methods and traditional materials.
If any youngsters out there or students out there are thinking of engineering, that projects such as this is a massive experience. The lifetime spent in the colleges and things like that, it's well worth it to be able to complete works of such a this standard.
I absolutely love my job. I left university, came out into construction, and that has been an extension of everything I've always done from a small child, wanting to build things.
We've seen a fantastic range of projects over the last 2 days throughout the southwest, really showcasing how engineering is at the forefront of the southwest region.
Engineers are always looking for a new solution, some new ideas. They're a better way of doing things, a better way of delivering value for money and for providing infrastructure for the population at large. It's a huge privilege to be able to say, being asked to be chairman of the judging panel and say, well, yeah, here's the whole of the southwest, look at all the projects and actually go out and see them. Yeah, fantastic privilege.